Hello all. In this video we will see about unit 1 in your class 11 biology, that is the living world, in which we see about chapter 1, that is about the living world. Okay, so this is just a casual like interactive section where you can ask your doubts in the comments, and I'm not going to be like strictly reading through the book, but it will cover all the important points which are needed for your ability to answer an MCQ. This session will be in English. I have also uploaded a Tamil session for Tamil students, those who are from Tamil Nadu or Pondicherry who wish to know about in Tamil. Okay, you can see that section also. Here I will cover it in English fully. Before going to the chapter, all through your 10 years, from first standard to 10th standard, you must have known a lot about like plant and animal kingdom, botany, zoology, all those things. This is just a basic introduction of how you will classify animals and plants. Because classification and naming, that is nomenclature, it is the basic of anything before entering into botany or zoology. Okay, so I will tell you, but before, let me start by reading the first paragraph of this lesson. Biology is the science of life forms and living process. It is a known fact, nothing new here. Okay, so the living world comprises an amazing diversity of living organisms. So there are numerous. So this is the basics. Then, since there are millions of organisms, without naming, how you will identify? If you know a language, see, my Tamil video will not be useful to other state people because you don't know what I'm talking about. Similarly, if you name something in a regional language, how will it be useful once you cross the border? Your name, for example, let your name be Chintu. If it is Chintu, it should be Chintu across the world. Okay, it shouldn't be another name when you cross the border. So Chintu means it, let us describe a person. The person will be of 5 feet height. He will have two legs, two hands, and the nose will be sharp. So all those features, Chintu forms. Chintu can be described. Her complexion can be described. The height can be described. The type of nose, hair, everything can be described. So this kind of person will be called Chintu. So this is description. This is nomenclature. It should be same throughout the world. Your name should not change once you cross the country or border. For this ease, they have given this nomenclature. So in this chapter, we will see about the diversity of living organisms and how it is named and how it is classified. So Chintu's family can be classified like Chintu's father. So who is the father of Chintu? We can go like grandfather. We can go like, so this is the family. This is how you classify. Or you can classify like Chintu belongs from this place, and that place belongs to this state. This state belongs to this country. You can also classify Chintu like that. So similarly, in plant kingdom, we have a kingdom, after which we have division, after which we have a group of a hierarchy of order through which you classify till you reach the species. Okay, so from kingdom till species, how you classify things, like especially plants and animals. So knowing this, it is also a part of this chapter. So let us go step by step. If any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. After, in the next video, we will also see about the MCQs discussion from this chapter. Let us start. So early man could easily perceive the difference between inanimate matter and living organisms. Early man defied some of the deified some of the inanimate matter. Deified here means, deity means God. Here it means early man worshipped the inanimate objects like wind, okay, sea, fire. He made God out of them. Fire is God according to early man. Wind is God, forceful wind. Sea is God. So they deified everything. Okay, they saw everything as God. And even some among the animals and plants, especially which inspired him. Okay, which brought a sense of fear in him. Huge animals like elephant, lion, huge plants like neem tree, banyan tree. So whichever gave him a sense of surprise, whichever gave him a sense of awe, inspiring things, he turned them into God. And of course, useful things, useful animals, useful plants, without which he cannot think of living. So all the useful, awe-inspiring things he turned into God. That is how early man thought. Okay, and poisonous things he avoided. So a common feature of, that is what they are telling here, common feature of all such inanimate and animate objects was the sense of awe or fear they evoked. The description of living organisms, including human beings, began much later in history. So description, so describing it, I saw here we described Chintu like a 5 feet tall, fair complexion. So that is description. Okay, description began later, before which he know which is living, which is non-living. That is what he know, inanimate and animate. So, societies which indulged in anthropocentric view of biology could register limited progress in biological knowledge. What is anthropocentric? Anthropocentric means human-centered. Okay, they thought, that is, some societies thought human is the center of the universe, and the whole purpose of existence of animals and plants meant to be useful to human beings. If they had this point of view, it was very limited. They could gather only very limited knowledge, because this world existed before human beings, and this world will also exist after human beings in some other form. So nothing is for us, we are here as a part of this world. Only the societies which understood that human beings are just a part of the society were able to gather much knowledge. So the anthropocentric view, that is the view which thinks humans are the center, had limited knowledge. Systematic and monumental description of life forms brought in out of necessity detailed systems of identification, nomenclature, and classification. How to identify a particular plant, how to name it, and how to classify it. Okay, everything we saw with the example of Chintu, how to describe her, how to name her, and how to classify her. Okay, so for similarly they did for plants and animals. The biggest spin-off, what I said out, spin-off is just an outcome of what they were doing. The biggest spin-off of such studies was the recognition of the sharing of similarities among living organisms, both horizontally and vertically. So when they started learning in deep about each animals, they found that there is horizontal and vertical similarities between living organisms. That is, for example, the easiest example would be human beings are related to apes. Okay, so like similarly, a particular plant is related to another plant. Cotton plant is related to hibiscus. So they have some kind of similarities, though they look completely different. When they started organizing them based on the type of fruit they had, type of stem they had, type of leaves, and type of flowers, so they were able to find some similarities and differences between completely two different plants. So this difference, similarities among difference, was groundbreaking, and it is what is driving today's taxonomy, today's classification. So that all present day living organisms are related to each other and also to all the organisms that ever lived on this earth was the revelation which humbled man and led to cultural movements for conservation of biodiversity. So the significance of each and every living organism has more and more emphasized on the fact of conserving everything. So what they mean by what lived before, like the great apes which were once human beings ancestors are now not existent, right? Okay, so those are one of the like predecessors of us. We have evolved from them. Okay, so we are related to the organisms which were before us. And similarly, like elephants, woolly haired mammoth, you all have seen that Ice Age movie, right? Mammoths, they are like one of the ancestors of elephants. So like it means that everything is related to other organism in some or other form. So in this following chapter of unit, you will get a description including classification of plants and animals from taxonomist's perspective. So who is this taxonomist? What is taxonomy? That also they will tell you in this video. So let us move. So before moving, we let us see about one of the important like biologist who is the reason for giving so much information about the systematics and taxonomy. Ernst Mayr, who lived for about from 1904 to 2004 for about 100 years, right? So he was born on 5th July in 1904 in Kempten, Germany. Ernst Mayr, the Harvard University evolutionary biologist, okay, he is an evolutionary biologist, make a note of it, who has also been called the Darwin of the 20th century. You all know Charles Darwin, right? So Ernst Mayr is called Darwin of the 20th century. That also you make a note. Was one of the 100 greatest scientists of all time. Mayer joined Harvard's Faculty of Arts and Sciences in 1953 and he retired in 1975. The title which was given to him was Alexander Agassiz Professor of Zoology Emeritus. Throughout his nearly 80-year career, out of his 100 years, he has 8 years he has been in this field, okay. His research spanned in ornithology. Ornithology is study of birds. Taxonomy is the naming and classification which we will see now. Zoo geography. Zoo geography is about particular animals in particular places like kangaroo in Australia. Like so the presence of particular species in particular places. Okay. And evolution like how one organism over the years how it has evolved into another. And systematics we also see in this chapter. So the history and also about history and philosophy of biology. He almost single-handedly made the origin of species diversity the central question of evolutionary biology that it is today. So his take on the evolutionary biology was how did these many organisms evolve? Origin of species diversity was his take. Okay, origin of species diversity was the central question which he put forward. He also pioneered the currently accepted definition of a biological species. So the definition also was given by him. Mayer was awarded three prizes widely regarded as the triple crown of biology. So what are those three prizes? Let us see now. Balzan Prize in 1983, International Prize for Biology in 1994, and Crawford Prize in 1999. So these three prizes, which is called a Triple Crown of Biology, was gifted to him, was awarded to him for his contributions, and he died at the age of 100 in 2004.